Well, I goofed. Last year I made a short, and if you haven't watched it yet, you can go check it out. I'll post a link down in the description. It looks something along the lines like this. And I goofed when making it. It was supposed to be a comedy sketch showing the extremes of how both good and bad an INTJ's memory is. Well, I've been called out on it. People have commented telling me that I'm not an INTJ. It's fine. They can think whatever they want, and they probably won't see this video. But I hope they do, because I have something very important to tell you. I don't remember most of my childhood. That's right, most of my childhood is a complete and utter blank. I remember bits and pieces of it that were significant to me, for most part. I remember certain little things, but when it comes to the majority of my childhood, I don't remember it. My mom can ask me and say, hey, do you remember such and such? And the answer is no. I can't explain it exactly how my memory works. Some things that were more important to me specifically, that affected me directly and caused me to pay attention, are the things that I more or less remember more than other things that I just wasn't paying attention on. Like that trip to the Grand Canyon, I don't remember that. And I don't necessarily have pictures to show you here. But I've been there, don't remember it. I need to go back so I can maybe remember it. Niagara Falls, been there too, just kind of remember, sort of, maybe. Unless that's just that I've been told it so many times. And see, that's the funny thing. I don't remember a lot of different things that I've done through the years. Majority of my childhood, it's a blank. Years, literally years I've lost of my life not being able to remember them. But even funnier, I don't always remember how old I am. That's right, last year when somebody asked me how old I was, I forgot how old I was and I told them an incorrect age. Hey, that's one for making yourself look good, isn't it? Best thing is I can remember when I was born, date and year, and month, obviously. But math, I don't think to do the math. I just expect to, remember how old I am, and evidently I can't do that. So there's a problem. I think, though, the big thing here is that memory, to a certain extent, is subjective. Depending on what affects you is what you're going to remember the most. And that seems to be more or less what happens with me. If it's something that's affected me pretty significantly and caught my attention, then I'll remember it. Like a friend of mine, I more or less became friends with because they decided to spray canned air in my ear. Yes, I got canned air sprayed in my ear, and that's how I made a friend. I tell you, INTJs, we do not make friends. We get adopted by extroverts, and sometimes in the very weirdest of ways. Memory is a weird thing. As I gotten older, my memory for certain things has gotten better. Like when I was at my first job, I could remember 10-digit UPC codes, 10 digits long for UPC codes. I could memorize them, run from one area to the next, and remember those. And I remember that. But the rest of that job, some of the people there, I remember some of the people, some of the names, some of the faces. But day in, day out, forget it. To really hammer in this whole don't remember my childhood thing, the first memories I actually can remember of being in school were around the 6th grade. That was when I was around 11 or 12. And everything before that, forget it. And even some of the parts after that, forget it. It's like, where is the memories, What did I do? I obviously grew up, because otherwise I wouldn't be 5'11" and not have grown up, not have gone through some processes, in order to have gotten here. But what happened? How did I get from A to B? I don't remember that first third of my life. So yeah, around 6th grade, 11, 12, somewhere around there, maybe 5th grade. I don't really remember. This is how bad it is. I remember some of that. Then as I get older, I remember certain little snippets here and there through my teen years. And then as I get into my jobs, as I get in my adult phase, I remember more things. So the older I get, the better my memory has gotten to grabbing hold and attaching to things. It's like I'm paying more attention now instead of just being whatever. And if I really tried to remember certain things, like let's say my graduation, it was at a park, it was a pretty sunny day. I don't remember what time of day it was. I don't even remember what day of the week it was. But it was a nice sunny day. I remember having fun. I would be better able to tell you every video game I have for a specific console, maybe, or not, than I would be able to tell you every single video I've made for this channel. And it's not because these videos aren't important to me. I just have no reason to remember everything because, and this is the big point, they're there where I can get to them, so I don't have to store them in memory. And that's something that's really kind of been a thing for me for the majority of my life. I've been able to kind of keep from having to remember certain things because I remember something, it takes up storage in my brain. But if I know where to get it, that takes up less storage in my brain. And that's kind of where some of this intelligence comes in. And it's not to be arrogant, but to try and remember everything you can in life is an impossibility. It's better to be able to know where to get the information you need than to try and remember that information, because you can always remember where to go back for stuff rather than trying to memorize everything. People can say whatever they want in the comments section. I censor very little on this for one reason. I want everybody to be able to have an open, honest discussion about things, and it'll help me improve as a creator for all of you if I get feedback, both good, bad, it doesn't matter, because it all shows me what I'm doing right or what I'm doing wrong and what I need to improve on. So if you enjoyed this video and you have memories of your life before you were 12, let me know down in the comments section below, because tell me, how the heck do you remember all that? And if you don't and it's later in your life, like in your teens, then let me know that too, because I really would like to know. I'm curious about all this. Just let me know down in the comments section below what you think. Let me know if you're excited for the new year and for the new content. This wasn't scripted, so I don't have an outro. Other than thanks everybody for supporting me here on the channel. I hope to see you again in the next video, and I'm gonna do more of this stuff. Not this, because this video was supposed to be set up completely different, with me actually sitting more up, and this is, you know what? I'm gonna walk away. That's a good outro. See you next time, everybody.